Shakey Super League. We are still live here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum and today nga, it's the day of the quarterfinals. So tingnan muna natin ano nga ba ang ating matches for today. Una na nga dyan ay ang NU versus FEU wherein NU prevailed in 3 straight sets. And now, for our second game, it's the Adamson Lady Falcons going up against the Perpetual Lady Altas at 12:30 p.m. Mamaya naman, for our third game, it's the Battle of the Rivals. It's the De La Salle Lady Spikers going up against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And for our fourth game, it's the USC Golden Tigresses and the UP Fighting Maroons. At bago nga ang lahat, tingnan muna natin ano nga bang mga sinasabi ng ating volleyball fans on social media. So una na nga dyan ay ang comment from Twitter. Iyan na nga, ang una ay sabi ni Seabass, this FEU team is individually talented. Malaki ang potential nila. The problem right now is di pa solid yung chemistry at familiarity given na new ang system. Need lang din i-polish nila yung basic skills and I think magiging big threat sila once magawa to. Hashtag Shakey Super League. And yes, I agree naman. It's hard nga naman na magpunta sa bagong system but I'm sure the FEU Lady Tamarals will be able to succeed. Next is Hamili versus her former school. Teary-eyed emoji. Yan nga ang sabi ni 04 Small VB. Yes, nakakatuwa nga makita kanina si Hamili against the NU Lady Bulldogs. Next is from Juno. NU no doubt played their best game in the Shakey Super League to date. Minimal errors, better floor defense, sure services, and firing powerful attacks from all cylinders. Unstoppable talaga sila and truly dominant pag they're playing their usual game. Hashtag SSL 2022. Totoo nga kasi nga sobrang eager manalo ng NU and sobrang eager sila na masweep. And again, from Juno, NU's usual first six playing relatively like their sharper selves compared to their previous games. Na-carry over yata yung energy from yesterday's match. And yes, I agree also. Talaga nga namang napakataas ng momentum ng NU Lady Bulldogs. And lastly, from Santi Rocky, ganda ng afternoon match-up sa SSL today. Rivalries. Hashtag Shakey Super League. Hashtag SSL Knockout Quarterfinals. Totoo nga yan. Today, makikita natin ang Battle of the Rivals even before the UAAP. So that's super exciting, guys. Make sure to check out our live stream channels para masubaybayan nyo yan mamaya. Yan nga ay ang at Shakey Super League on Facebook and TikTok, at Shakey's PH on Facebook, at My Plus Network on Facebook, at Plus Network 2020 on YouTube, and at Plus Network at UpLive. We also have Next Day TV broadcast on IBC 13 and Solar Sports. At speaking of favorites, you can now vote for your favorite school or player kung saan each user who logs on the app gets 1 vote credit, and to get more vote credits, each user can exchange 10 new diamonds for 1 vote credit. There is no limit to the exchange and vote credits are valid until the finals of the Shakey Super League. So make sure, guys, to make your voices heard and now vote now for your favorite school. And now let's see, will the Adamson Lady Falcons continue to reign here in the Shakey Super League or the Perpetual Lady Altas will win in today's game?
It's a do-or-die quarterfinals of the Shakey Super League. Second match is a meeting of teams that are headed in different directions. It's the red-hot Adamson Lady Falcons led by Romero and Lucille Almonte on your screens, playing against the ice-cold Lady Altas with Sapin and Omipon. Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Still, Sheila Salaysay together with Kayla Reyes covering you. This game, Adamson and Lady Altas. Adamson coming from their latest victory kahapon, winning over De La Salle in straight sets, and NCAA Lady Altas and only NCAA team na umabot dito sa round natin sa tournament.
As you mentioned, this match is going to be another exciting one. Adamson coming off an ecstatic win versus the DLSU Lady Spikers in straight sets, and of course the talented Perpetual team who is also, of course, led by Shai Omipon.
That's correct. Pero na ngayon, tingnan muna natin ang ating playoff brackets. Kumpleto na nga ating cast. First game, NU already advancing to the semifinals.
For this match between Adamson and Perpetual, whoever will win this match will advance to our semifinals together with NU. That same follows for our match versus UST and UP, and for our next game, Ateneo and De La Salle University.
Kaabang-abang nga ang ating mga laro. Sabi ng ating isang fan na kaya naman dyan lang kayo. Pero going back to our second game, let's take a look at what happened to Adamson's second round recap. Finished with a 2-1 record and 7 points. They are the first in Pool F.
Adamson, as you mentioned, finished 2-1. And one of their games was a carryover because of their loss to UST in that first round. They won over FEU last October 30 in four sets, and they also won over DLSU yesterday in a shocking 3 straight match.
That's correct. At patuloy nga itong panalo ng Adamson Lady Falcons at syempre the consistency na pinapakita nitong girls ni Coach Jerry Yee ang naging leader nila almost all of their games. Walang iba kundi si Louie Romero in perfect harmony with 27 excellent sets kahapon.
Yes, Louie Romero, such an excellent setter, consistent, a veteran for her squad, making her spikers look really good. She was able to have her spikers in double digits such as Tubu, Almonte, and Santiago.
That's correct. She ran the offense to perfection and utilizing different teammates and keeping the DLSU defense guessing. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin ang Perpetual Lady Altas, their second round recap. They're finished with a 0-3 record, 4th in Pool E.
Yes, our Perpetual Lady Altas finished with a 0-3 record, and that's carried over from their loss to the University of the Philippines. They're the only NC team to advance as well. Last October 30, they lost to Ateneo in straight sets, and yesterday they lost to NU in straight sets as well.
Pero even with this kind of performance, hindi dapat minamaliit itong Lady Altas dahil they have been really showing improvement and progress as well all throughout this tournament. And ito nga, isang Lady Altas rookie continues to be a revelation for the Lady Altas. No experience needed for Shyla Omipon.
As you can see, Shy Omipon with 11 points, 5 coming off attack, 6 coming off the service line. Not her usual number of production as she produces higher, but she has still been the top or go-to scorer for the Perpetual Lady Altas.
That's right. Since magsimula ang ating torneo, siya nga ang nangunguna dito sa girls, of course, ni Coach Sandy Rieta, and she has been very vital in contributing when it comes to her offense together with the setter Sapin.
Yes, I think in this match, since it's do or die or knockout, everybody has equal chances because whoever comes out victorious today will definitely be able to advance to our next round, which is our semifinals next weekend.
That's correct. Pero yung panalo ng Adamson yesterday, momentum is still there. We'll see if kaya nilang maging consistent and display that high level of intensity performance. Of course, you see Cruz, lalong isip Uegos, and Trisha Tubu doing the damage against De La Salle University yesterday.
I'm sure we'll have an exciting match today. I'm sure both teams also would like to make it and advance to the next round and continue to play and see more action in the Shakey Super League.
Yes, on the side naman ng Perpetual, that game against Ateneo went extended. Second and third set, 24-26. So, alam mo yung capacity and capability ng Lady Altas, and we expect more from them. So, can the Lady Falcons continue their streak, or Lady Altas prove their doubters wrong? Who will march into the semifinals? Malalaman natin yan. Kaya let me turn you over to the venue announcer for the call-out.
Good afternoon and welcome. We now head to our second quarterfinal match for today. It's the Adamson University Lady Falcons versus the University of Perpetual Health System Delta Lady Altas here at the Shakey Super League 2022 Preseason Championship. Let's meet the teams, starting with the UPHSD Lady Altas. Their team captain, number 15, Razel Aldea. And first libero, number 12, Marian Andal. Their teammates, number 3, Win Bedanya. Number 4, Shai Omipon. Number 5, Laika Panchito. Number 6, Janine Padua. Number 7, Kyla Reyes. Number 8, Carla Santiago. Number 9, Char Mocado. Number 10, Cha Enrico. Number 11, Kat Arceliana. Number 16, Jasmine Sapin. Number 17, Christine Bonol. And their second libero is number 18, Pauline Reyes. And now here come the Adamson University Lady Falcons. Their team captain, number 7, Louis Romero. And first libero, number 10, Karen Verdeflor. Their teammates, number 4, Angel Alcantara. Number 6, May Ann Nike. Number 8, A.A. Adolfo. Number 9, Kate Santiago. Number 11, Riza Cruz. Number 12, Trisha Tubu. Number 13, April Tagisip. Number 15, Eche Cuegos. Number 16, Ishi Lalongisip. Number 17, Lucille Almonte. Number 18, Loren Torre. And their second libero is number 2, Kay Lazo. Our referees for this quarterfinal matchup. First referee, Sphinx Cabusa, National Referee. Second referee, Kim Yada, National Referee. Now the starting lineup for both teams, starting with the Adamson University Lady Falcons. Number 4, Angel Alcantara. Number 6, Mayang Nike. Number 8, A.A. Adolfo. Number 13, April Tagisip. Number 15, Eche Cuegos. Number 16, Ishi Lalongisip. And their starting libero is number 2, Kay Lazo. Head coach for the Lady Falcons is Jerry Yee. And now the starting lineup for the UPHSD Lady Altas. Number 4, Shayla Mipon. Number 8, Carla Santiago. Number 9, Char Mocado. Number 10, Cha Enrico. Number 15, team captain Razel Aldea. Number 16, Minmin Sapin. And their starting libero is number 12, Marian Andal. Head coach for the Lady Altas is Sandy Rieta. This is match number 51.
For Adamson, you have
versus
Angelica
University
Alcantara,
of
Meg Anike, Antoinette Adolfo, April Tagsip, Ayesha Huegos, Rochelle Lalong Isip, Karen Verdeflor, their first libero. Girls of Coach Jerry Yee, and on the other side, Shaila Omipon, Carla Santiago, Charmaine Ocado, Charis Enrico, Razel Aldea, Jasmine Sapin, and Marian Andal. Ito ang first 7 ni Coach Sandy Rieta. As we start our first set, this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza, chicken, and mojos now. Sapin, at time, hindi naka-convert ang Lady Altas. Another chance for them. Omipon, good effort, but that was just too strong.
We're seeing not the usual. We're not seeing the usual first 6 of Adamson in this match. Probably one of the strategies too of Coach Jerry could be to put those first stringers, the usual first stringers in that second set.
That's correct. Ito yung naging lineup nila kahapon going against LaSalle. Alcantara was the starter setter. And you know, the responsibility na binigay sa kanya dito ni Coach Jerry, mabigat, but still she was able to deliver. Sapin. Aldeo's denied. This time is Omipon from the opposite. Lalong isip, able to put the ball up, pero hindi yan nakuha ni Alcantara.
Well, Shai Omipon has really been the star of Perpetual ever since the beginning of the Shakey Super League. And she continues to be really consistent for her squad.
That's right. Speaking of consistency, April Tagsip din naman doing pretty well on her role in the middle for the Lady Falcons. Ang lalim din ng bench ng Adamson because you know they have, of course, powerful attackers. Omipon was denied from the back.
Back-to-back blocks coming
Yes.
from Adamson.
Alcantara, combination effect, that's lalong isip. Oh, that's Huegos, rather, from the opposite. She will try again. Down the line hit. Magkasunod na setup kay Huegos and she managed, you know, to get a point.
And from the attacks we've been seeing, we're not seeing any powerful attacks, but just the proper placing coming from these attackers.
Omipon, poor reception for the Lady Altas.
No one there to chase after that ball.
This serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. But that time, Omipon and Andal reading the ball well.
Serve was just too long coming from Antoinette Adolfo.
Two serving 5. Alcantara. Too strong that time.
Missed contact on the side of Ishi, lalong isip. She hit that ball just under, which is why it sailed out.
The Lady Altas chasing a 2-point lead as Verde Flor will be setting this one up to lalong isip. Sapin, bibigay dito, but they cannot convert as Huegos tips the ball over. Another attempt galing dito kay Ocado. That's a tough hit from Ocado, really avoiding the blockers of Adamson. Only a 1-point lead ang Adamson dito. But
Good read coming from Verde Flor. As that serve was really sailing out.
that's right. One of the steady blockers and hitters on the side of Lady Falcons. Good first ball.
That set
Very
was
difficult,
tough too.
yes.
Yeah, we could see na medyo nahirapan si Sapin on that last setup. And the spikers were unable to adjust to that set as it was headed towards the antenna.
Yes, nahirapan na paluin ni Ocado yung set ni Sapin. Another error on the side of the Lady Altas.
Too low for Tagsip.
That's the second service error of Adamson.
You could see medyo alanganin na rin yung tapon niya sa bola. It was too low for her, which is why that went straight to the net.
Alcantara, this time setting that one to Nike.
That was a great setup coming from Adolfo. Quick play to Nike, finding the spot in the defense of the Lady Altas.
Lamang po dito ang Adamson as we head on to our first technical timeout.
Welcome back to the Shakey Super League. Unfortunately for the Perpetual Lady Altas, they are one man down today as Mary Rose Dapple won't be able to suit up for this game. If you guys can remember from yesterday's matchup against NU, Mary Rose injured her ankle during the first set, but she was immediately able to shake it off and get back into the game. But she told me that last night she wasn't able to sleep well because of the pain from her injury. As of the moment, we still don't have an official diagnosis from the team's physical therapist, but rest assured that Mary Rose will be checked in the following days. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Mikey. Magiging malaking kawalan on the side of Lady Altas. Itong Mary Rose Dapple won't be playing for today.
Yes, but meanwhile, Nike being very efficient with her attacks. And Alcantara being able to set her up really efficiently with that running attack.
Sapin goes to the opposite. And yes, that ball fell in between Huegos and Adolfo in the back.
That was a great attack coming from Ocado, finding that perfect spot in the defense of Adamson.
Short, pero nakuha yan ni Adolfo na ibalik agad. Another try, and she will get a point. That's lalong isip.
Lalong isip using the hands of the blockers to get that point.
Kayang-kaya na niyang mag-adjust sa ganung mga palo and still umiwas sa blockers.
Actually, she's such a very versatile player. We saw in the beginning of the Shakey Super League, she was playing as a libero, but I know her original position was really a spiker. So that was spiker to libero and back to her being a spiker again. So huge adjustment coming from Ishi Lalong Isip.
That's correct. Pero so far, maganda pa din ang performance niya kahit ano pa yung maging position niya in the team. As Adamson will get another chance here. Nike, 2 blockers. Wala yan. And she will earn another point from that running attack.
2 running attacks for her in the first set. So far, so good coming from Alcantara and Nike, that connection or tandem between the two of them.
But Coach Andrieta called the timeout.
Nakakatulong ka. Ako kumakausap sa'yo. Depensa block, diutulong ka na. Papalo pataas. Hindi outside nga yung may magpumalo sa ilalim ng bola. Makinig kasi kayo. Nagbibigay instruction, hindi ka naman nakikinig. Sigaw kami ng sigaw dito eh. Oo ka na naman.
Focus muna tayo.
A seemingly disappointed coach Sandy Rieta. We hear him giving some reminders to his middle blocker Enrico as she committed the last error before he called that timeout.
That's correct. Well, the Lady Altas need to get their act together kasi lumalaki na nga ang kalamangan dito ng Adamson. This one, good attempt for Lady Falcons, pero si Omipon, she will be rejected at the net.
That was perfect timing coming from the Adamson blockers and just no one there for coverage on that Perpetual side.
This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
Actually, we also saw that in yesterday's match. Ang galing din ng blockings coming from Adamson and they really stepped it up yesterday and hopefully we get to see that again today.
That's correct. Cross-court hit, nabasa yan ni Omipon. Well, Adal, sinubukang habulin. Pero that ball, too much power galing sa Adamson. Wala rin sa posisyon si Omipon in getting to her and receiving the ball.
Great effort though coming from Andal to try and save that ball.
Another serve from Adamson, but that will sail out.
Too long for Ishi lalong isip.
Isa sa mga napapansin ko dito sa Adamson, yung kanilang service error. Minsan hindi nila nakokontrol.
Yes.
And a couple of times, they need to limit those errors. Another cross-court hit, pero nakuha yan ni Andal. Omipon will try. Hard hit, denied at the net. Off speed, pero hindi pa rin makakapuntas ang Adamson there.
Double contact for
Yes.
called on Sapin. And she was unable to get to that ball right on time.
Lady Altas nakakasabay pagdating dito sa depensa.
Yes. That's what I've noticed with the Perpetual Lady Altas. And when they go against UAAP teams in this second round, na kahit gaano kalakas yung mga palo from their opposing team, they're able to defend it. But they have problems when it comes to their offense and setting up those plays.
That's correct. You mentioned offense, and Shaila Omipon committed another attack error, sending us to our second technical timeout. The Lady Falcons still having a huge advantage here.
That is live volleyball action right there, and we're still live here and Up Live. Para sa mga volleyball fans na nasa Up Live, don't forget to vote for your favorite school. Just click the Shakey Super League banner and it will lead to the voting page. Of course, 1 vote credit per day. Pero kung maubusan kayo ng vote credit, don't worry. Meron kayong diamonds. You can exchange 10 new diamonds for 1 vote credit, and there is no limit to that exchange. Vote credits are valid until the finals of Shakey Super League. At dahil dyan, let's go back to the panel.
And for you guys to be able to vote for your schools, download Up Live and scan the QR code now. Another platform where you can chat as well with your favorite players and get updates from the different teams here in the Shakey Super League. Meanwhile, Alcantara with the drop, and that will work.
Great move coming from Angel Alcantara. That dig coming from Ishi lalong isip was going quite over the net, and because Alcantara was front line, she was able to do that 1-2 play.
This cool play off the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Combination play. Successful for Shaila Omipon.
I think we have to see more of those combination plays coming from Sapin and together with her spikers to give or to rattle the defense of Adamson more.
That's right. Substitutions on the side of the Lady Altas. 8 serving 17. Another service error. That will not help, as they are trying to trim the lead here.
Adamson now with a comfortable lead. 18-8 is our score so far.
Good first ball. Sapin and Padua. She is expected, of course, to contribute kahit nakapapasok lang niya. Just penetrating the blockers of Adamson.
And medyo may gap between the blockers and that net, which is why there was a space created and she was able to find that opening to get that point.
That's right, one hand set. Padua will score down the line, back-to-back points.
Another great attack coming from Charmaine Ocado, going to zone 1 this time and really knowing when to variate her attacks. Take a look at that replay, giving Ishi lalong isip some difficulty when it comes to floor defense.
Alcantara, siya naman daw ang combination play pero nakita yan ni Omipon. Chance for Adamson. A great hit from Adolfo, towering the blockers of the Lady Altas and making it really difficult for Andal to contain.
That was such a powerful hit, as you mentioned. Going cross-court, and even Perpetual's libero could not contain how powerful that spike was.
Sapin, this time a drop from Padua did not work. This is the Rings version for that tag-sip.
That was a great hit coming from, a great dump coming from Tagsip. A great setup coming from Alcantara. Oh, because she's so tall, she can really hit and reach for the top of that ball.
You know, the good thing about this player, hindi lang siya effective as a blocker, effective din pagdating sa offense. And Padua, this time scoring for the Lady Altas. Back-to-back points from the middle.
Another great attack coming from April Tagsip. Alcantara just finding her in that quick spot. And there was nobody in the defense for the Perpetual Lady Altas.
That's correct. Adamson up here, 21 serving 11. Poor reception again from the Lady Altas. Almost a point. Now Mipon seeing the drop. Rejected si Okado from that attempt. Joust at the net. Excellent rally.
Great blocking we're seeing coming from the Adamson side. But there was a double contact in that last exchange coming from Juegos.
But still, you can see the reaction of Adamson. Hindi sila worried. They're still smiling after that error.
Well, after all, they have a
yes.
very comfortable lead. They only need 4 more points to close out this first set.
From the opposite, and Juegos bumabawi from her error earlier.
And to think this is the normal second stringer lineup of Adamson, and they're able to dominate against the Perpetual Lady Altas.
Alcantara, ibibigay. Ito kailangang isip. Chance for the Lady Altas. Great defense being shown here on the floor. What can you say about the libero of Adamson?
She's just so fast and she can really get to that ball so quick, knows how to read as well.
But let's see this. Lakas ng palo dito ni Okado. Just wanting to get the point. Binalikan agad ni Alcantara. Andal ang magsaset kay Omipon off speed.
Great.
Another drop sa dulo. And Mike just really outsmarting the defense of the Perpetual.
Not the strongest of hits, but knowing where exactly to take that ball, finding and rattling the defense of Perpetual.
That's correct. Timeout called here by the Lady Altas.
Wala kasing gitna, kaya napapantayan tayo dito. Ayaw mo maganahin yan. Kasi paganahin mo yan, dalawang gitna natin eh. Wala eh. Kaya nababantay ito sila, bantay na bantay eh. Bilisan mo yung set play. Habol tayo, pasa.
The coach Sandy Rieta just asking for, his girls to make a good pass. At nababasa na nga kasi ng Adamson yung kanilang opensa as you can see Mary Rose Dapple still supportive at the sidelines. Missing, the team is missing her services for today.
But she's still here in spirit, of course, to support her squad, as this is a very important match for them. As whoever wins this match, we will advance together with NU to our semifinals next weekend.
That's correct. Pero ito, set point na ang Adamson. Andal with a good first ball. Huegos to Alcantara. At that time, hindi nag-connect si Alcantara and Adolfo.
Lack of communication as well on the part of Alcantara and Adolfo. That ball was just too high, and siguro hindi sila nagkaintindihan with what with what play they were going to do. So, it was just too long for Sapin.
Good
giving
read. Yes.
that first set to the Adamson Lady Falcons.
That's a good read on the defense dito for the Lady Falcons, and they take the first set. Good performance. So far, ang nakikita natin, 25-14 is the count dito sa pagtatapos ng first set. Second set underway when Shakey Super League returns. Set number 1 between Adamson and Perpetual. It's the Lady Falcons taking control of this set. Ang nagsimula pa usually is the second stringers ni Coach Jerry Yee.
And we can see steady contribution coming from May Ann Nike, Antoinette Adolfo, Aisha Huegos, and April Tagsip. And credits also to Angelica Alcantara for being able to step and fill in the shoes of Louis Romero, as she hasn't seen action in today's match in that first set.
That's correct. On the side of Lady Altas, they are, missing the services of Mary Rose Dapple. Medyo challenge din sa kanila. Kaya naman nagkaroon ng problema or issue on their defense and offense as well. They have been displaying somewhat a different squad for the first set.
Yes, but I'm sure they'll be able to bounce back in the second set, as we know how talented these Lady Altas are.
Yes, pasa ka muna. Of course, kay Mikey for this report.
The team captain of the Adamson Lady Falcons and yesterday's MVP of the match with 27 excellent sets, Louis Romero, shared with me how happy she was with the result of yesterday's game. In her words, ay nagbunga nga daw lahat ng pinaghirapan nila. The key to their win yesterday was really her great distribution in the team, at sabi niya pa nga ay siya ang nahihirapan dahil lahat ng nasa first six niya ay magagaling at ayaw niyang nababakante sila. Let's see if Louis and the Barcelona-based girls will continue to expect more volleyball action as we continue along this rally.
Thank you for that report, Mikey. And this is the numbers of our first set.
As we can see, of course, Adamson really outscoring Perpetual in terms of the attacks, 14-6 only of Perpetual, as well as further blocks, and there are 3 aces to none coming from Perpetual side.
That's correct. We'll see how they will be able to bounce back for this set. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. As Trisha Tubu starting and getting their first point of this set.
We're now seeing the usual first starting lineup of the Adamson Lady Falcons.
Yes, you have Santiago, Almonte, Cruz, Tubu, and Romero. What a lineup for Coach Jerry for this part of the game. Pancake right there by the libero of Adamson. Another one. Hit from a drop from the middle galing dito sa Lady Altas, and that will give them their first point.
That was a great attack coming from Bedanya, finding that spot and giving Kate Santiago a hard time defending that ball.
Sobrang bilis nung hulog, hindi na nila natapatan. But Verde Flor with a good first ball.
Cruz
Excellent hit.
Response coming from Cruz. And as I mentioned in her other games as well, she's really improved over the course of the different seasons that she's been playing.
That's correct. She made it look very easy. Kita bang ganda ng setup?
And credits to Romero also for they've also built that connection ever since they were playing in Kings Montessori, as they were teammates as well in high school.
Well, asking for a check si Padua, but according to our officials, there's none. So the ball will stay with Adamson. They have a 2-point lead. 3 serving 1. Good setup right here. What? Saved by Louis Romero. Pero hindi umabot. Etong bola on the other side. Puntos for the Lady Altas. Coach Sandy Rieta still not happy with how his girls are performing for this part of the match. Almonte committing an attack error.
Rare attack error coming from Lucille Almonte.
We are now tied at 3. Romero. And that is to ring. Not the luxury of having a lot of spikers, you know, in the team. Dagdagan mo pa ng napakagaling na setter. Well, volleyball seems very easy. Pag ganun.
She's able to distribute her sets evenly to all her spikers. You have to ring Almonte, Santiago at the back, and Tubu as well.
No, twice a charm for Kyla Reyes. Nabasa ng blockers ng Adamson, pero nung pangalawang palo niya, she made sure that her team will get a point. Tied here at 4. Romero dropping the ball, pero nabasa yan ng depensa ng Lady Altas. Tough shot.
Good read coming from Lucille Almonte. But that was just too wide for Perpetual. Medyo alanganin na rin kasi yung set and yung approach.
That's correct. Lucille Almonte also displaying improvements and good numbers as they reach the second round of this tournament. What can you say about the attack of the ring from the middle?
So far, we're really seeing production and numbers from our middles. Lorene, Turing, April Tagsip earlier in that first set. The setters are really going through these middles because Adamson is able to bring the reception directly to Louis Romero. That's why she's able to utilize her middle blockers more now.
That's right. Pero in that last sequence, service error committed by Adamson. And that's another error.
Back-to-back service errors. An exchange of service errors, actually.
Ito, nakakasabay pa din dito ang Lady Altas. 7 serving 5. Saliana going to the open, pero kinuha yan ni Cruz. Almonte from the back. She will try again, pero puntos for the Lady Altas because there was
A check,
check.
or a touch
yes.
in the block of Adamson.
With first ball, Romero bibigay kay Santiago. That's an easy point
That
for
looks-
Kate Santiago.
Well, from here, it really looked so easy. Kate Santiago making everything look so easy. Look how she was able to deliver that point for her team.
Basic daw yan para kay Kate Santiago as Adamson having a 2-point advantage here. First technical timeout. League. We are already at the knockout quarterfinals. Second match of the day na po tayo. That is Adamson and the Lady Altas. As, of course, on cue is Riza Cruz getting a point from that slide.
We've been seeing a lot of hits coming from Riza Cruz with her running attacks, actually. And they've really been efficient, and I think they continue to have that connection between Riza Cruz and Louis Romero. But that point will be awarded to Adamson University
That's correct.
as
Oh. She
she
crossed,
crossed
the line.
yeah, overstepping.
Arceliana, bibigay ulit sa open. Rejected, pero nakapuntos that time si Padua. Seven serving 10. Ganda ng mga pasa dito ni Verde Flor. And again, that's Kate Santiago. Sa kabilang side naman,
Kate Santiago really making it easy as she scores for her team, and we have to give credit to the perfect passing coming from Verde Flor.
effortless from Kate Santiago, and the school play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Another error.
Kanina pa yan si Verde Flor with her perfect reception. And very steady, and she looks so calm and collected as she receives those hard services coming from Perpetual.
A drop this time, pero nakita ni Almonte. Romero, bibigay kay Tubo. Soft spike. And that's Trisha Tubo. Nagpapakilala na for this part of the match.
Trisha Tubu starting to variate her attacks. Kanina nakita natin na she goes for those powerful attacks, but now going for off speed instead.
Coach Sandy Arrieta again calls for timeout.
Diba, parang laro lang kayo ng laro dyan, ayaw nyo manalo eh. Gusto nyo lang maipasok kayo dyan eh. Ulit na tayo eh. Gawin yung trabaho nyo dyan, may kanya-kanya kayong trabaho dyan eh. Gawin nyo muna yun.
Let's go. Matulong lang. Ayos tayo mga mukha. Go, isa-isa lang. Go.
Coach Sandy Riata just reminding his girls to do their job and to do their responsibilities on that court kasi parang gusto lang nila maglaro pero ayaw manalo. And they really need that extra push to really become at par with Adamson in this match, as Adamson starting to gain a more comfortable lead in the second set.
That's correct. A few clarifications right here. Sabi mo nga, you mentioned about laying their role, and sa last game nitong Adamson, huge numbers ang dineliver dito ng players ni Coach Jerry Yee. Almonte 13, Santiago 12, Tubu 12. O kaya naman natapos ang laro nila against LaSalle in straight sets.
And they've been really, so far, they're carrying that energy to today's match.
That's correct. And we've been mentioning as well, you know, how the setters and liberos also doing an excellent job. But in that last call, Coach Sandy Rieta will challenge it.
Perpetual Lady Altas. Number 2, block touch.
It's a block touch challenge.
Well, again, that look.
We'll see. And you know, this challenge system again just started the next round of our tournament. And well, the results of the challenge is crucial, of course, well, depending on the situation as well. And we'll see the result of this one. Is there a block touch? There was none. Unsuccessful for Coach Sandy Rieta. And still Adamson has the ball. Kate Santiago serving. Arceliana sa bibigay sa opposite. That time, it's Christine Bonol rejected at the net. And here we are going to the second technical timeout. Adamson having 16 to Lady Altas with 7 points.
Yes, you are still watching Shakey Super League here sa Up Live. And don't forget to show your love and support, of course, by voting your favorite team. Dito lang yan sa Shakey Super League. Just click on the banner and then you are given a credit of 1 vote credit. Pero kung maubusan ka naman ng vote credit, don't worry, you can exchange 10 U Diamonds and then 1 vote credit. Don't worry, limited votes for your favorite team. And this vote credits are valid until the finals of Shakey Super League. Pero bago ang lahat ng yan, balikan natin ang second set.
Thank you for that, Angel. And you can also join the chatter with your favorite players. Download Up Live and scan the QR code now.
As our score is now 16 to Adamson and 7 to Perpetual. Shayo Mipon now back in the game. Adolfo and Lalong Isip checking in for Santiago and Almonte.
Antoinette Adolfo did a couple of points in the first set. At babalik na nga siya dito ni Coach Jerry Yee as Shaila Umipon blocked. Another attempt.
Missed
That time.
contact coming
Yes.
from Janine Padua. And that ball just sailing out.
Adamson Lady Falcons having a 10-point lead here. And still it's A. Adolfo serving. A miscommunication, another opportunity for the Lady Falcons. One-hand dig by Omipon. She will try, but she is blocked by Cruz and Tubu.
That was a perfect timed block coming from Cruz and Tubu. I'm sure they did their research as well on Shai Omipon, as she really is the top producer of points for the for the Perpetual Lady Altas.
That's correct. Good first ball by the Lady Altas. Hit from the middle. This time it will work for Bedanya. She's been silent pero ngayon naka-convert siya. This spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. What a good floater. Romero just tipping the ball over. Off the block. Nahabol yan dito ni Verde Flor. At pagkakataon muli para sa Lady Altas. Combination play. How can you be consistent sa pagkuha ng bola? I mean, pancake.
We really have to give credit to Verde Flora. She's been consistent in reception and floor defense, reading that defense well, and really throwing her body just to sacrifice and save those balls for the team, because it's so important to get those extra possessions in order to set up another play.
Yes, pero yung combination play naman on the side of Lady Altas, gumagana at this part of the game. And that time, depensa naman, sa depensa sila nakakuha ng puntos.
Great block on Hugo.
Good timing. This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Sharp serve. Service ace.
A rare error on Verde Flor.
Now, what you like about Shaila Omipon, no, kanina pa niya sinusubukang makapuntos as a spiker. But so far, struggling siya. But this time, dito naman siya sa service. Nagko-contribute.
And I like how that's her way of rallying her teammates to do better. Once she starts that a mini run for herself, then of course the energy and the momentum will be on the side of her team, and hopefully a chain reaction will happen for these Lady Altas.
That's right. So far, excellent defense right there. Lalong isip was dug. Down the line hit. Too wide.
Great intention coming from Kyla Reyes, but overcooking that attack a bit too wide from zone 1.
Sa galing magbasa ng blockers ng Adamson, itong attackers ng Perpetual really trying to explore all avenues and looking at different angles para lang makapunto sila from a hit. Another good defense at the net. Solid and consistent safeguarding the net by Adamson.
We're now seeing the blockings that Adamson was able to show in yesterday's match. Again, proving to be so efficient for them as they gain another point to get that comfortable lead versus Perpetual.
And that
lagi tayo na-block eh. Babaan nyo, pag nagkukuban na kababa, hindi nakatayo, mabilis yung bola niyan. Spiker mo to? Tatlo? Asan ka?
Gitna po, coach.
Obi mo to, test mo to harap. Ha?
Let's go.
Say, fuego!
That's right. And from that timeout, a couple of reminders coming from Coach Sandy Rieta. Previous sequence, ang ganda na naging depensa dito ng Adams. Kaya naman that block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
And as we were talking about the blocking of Adamson being more efficient today, these Perpetual Lady Altas keep getting blocked, and medyo nakatayo sila in terms of when they are covering that ball.
That's correct. Now, what an excellent adjustment on the side of Adamson in that last sequence. That's Ayesha Huegos. Another good attack from the middle by Bedanya.
So far, Bedanya really putting in those points for her squad. And we're we're seeing more production coming from these middle blockers as medyo nababasa din ng Adamson yung wing spikers ng Perpetual.
That's correct. Huegos gaining a point from that hit. There was a touch on the side of the Lady Altas. Medyo mataas yung bola nung pagkapalo but still, puntos yan for the Lady Falcons. One hand, second na nabawi and good defense by both teams. Down the line hit. And you love that attack coming from Okado.
That was another great attack coming from Okado, finding the zone 1 corner on that Adamson side.
That spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
If you saw her form, it was how she was facing the opposite way, but still her hand really finding that spot and not overcooking that hit.
That's correct, but in that last sequence, it was, of course, Alcantara taking the matters into her own hands. The school play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. No, I like what I see sa mga setters natin for the first 2 games. Yung mga setter, nakakapuntos na din sila, becoming more aggressive. And you like that as a player and of course, as a playmaker, kita mo yung kanilang versatility as well. And Lazo,
Lucky
can I
break.
credit that point to Lazo?
Lucky break coming from Lazo. That was an overdig, but no one there to... Actually, that was a careless mistake on the part of Perpetual as they did not anticipate that overdig coming from Lazo.
Umipon with the first ball. Drop, pero nakuha yan dito ng Adamson. Opportunity again for the Lady Altas. Combination play and Okado gaining a point.
Shai Okada really stepping up for the Lady Altas in the absence of Marianne Dapple.
That's right, but they will be needing more. Of course, contribution. Adolfo, chance to the Lady Altas. Omipon gaining a point from a combination play.
That was a great combination play. Really confused the blockers of Adamson, which is why Shai Omipon was free and no one there to defend that hit.
Gandang setup din galing kay Arceliana. Kasi nakita niya so far effective yung ganung play. As Adolfo committing an error that time, that's 3 points gained on the side of Perpetual. Good serve. Adolfo is dug. Arceliana to Omipon. Blocked. One more try. Verde floor. It's what Adolfo. Yes, she will score from the open.
Nakabawi din si
Yes.
Adolfo after committing that error to finish up that set.
That's correct. It's AA Adolfo capping off the second set. And it's Lady Falcons winning, this time 25-16.
Shakey super fans of the game, Shelwyn, Lyra, Danica, and Christian. So anong team nga bang sinusuportahan nyo?
Perpetual po.
Okay, bakit nga ba Perpetual ang sinusuportahan nyo?
We're former student po ng Perpetual, so we're here to support them.
Dahil dyan, isang cheer naman para ma-lift up natin ang spirits ng Lady Altas. 1, 2, 3, go!
Let's go, Altas! Let's go!
Let's go, Altas! Let's go! Thank you, and now back to the panel.
And this Shakey Super Fans of the Game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Set 2, this time, although it was Adamson displaying their might pagdating naman sa depensa, a couple of solid blocks on their end.
Yes, and medyo mas nakasabay na rin yung Perpetual in this second set. But of course, steady reception and floor defense coming from Verde Floor. And Alcantara really being able to set up her spikers really well. We have great attacks coming from Aisha Wegos, April Tagsip, and as well as we saw that substitution, the usual starting six began that set. And we saw the second stringers coming in to end that second set.
That's correct. Kaya naman nahihirapan kang mamili, no, ng MVP of the match because it's actually good contribution from everyone as we look at the stats of set 2.
Again, for set 2, attack Adamson out-attacking Perpetual, 14 attacks to only 9 from Perpetual, 3 blocks to only 1. And of course, Adamson's 2 aces a while ago. Same for Perpetual as they were able to score 2 aces as well on that service line.
That's correct. Nakagawa naman ng mini run ang Lady Altas pero a bit too late kasi nasa 23-24 mark na ang Adamson. They have been trying, of course, non-stop on how to regain probably their morale or confidence for this part of the match and limit their errors, as that was Coach Sandy Rieta's reminder again and again as we start the third set. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Good defense. A drop, pero nakita yan ni Wegos. Illegal attack ang itatawag laban sa Lady Altas. Coach Sandy appealing to the call. It's also a bit of confusing when it comes to the call by our officials. But still,
That
the
point
ball will
was
stay with Adamson. Sapin was blocked. Omipon will try, pero nandun si Lazo. Good defense. Lady Altas.
great ball distribution coming from Alcantara.
Almost the point, pero you would commend the effort displayed here by the Lady Altas. So Alcantara also performing really well as the setter of the Lady Falcons. Okado denied. Umipon from the back and nakita yan. Nuegos tagsip. She'll get a point from that tip.
Actually, kanina pa si Tagsip with those power tips or power drops. Really efficient as a middle blocker. And not only when it comes to her offense, but as well as her net defense as well.
That's right. Sapin. Humahabol yung bigay kay Okado. Alcantara this time. Aabot kaya? Pero hindi, puntos ang ibibigay dito sa Lady Altas. That's their first point of this set. Good first ball. Naitawid na tagsip yung bola. Babawi siya. Opposite hit. And Wegos finally earning a point cross court. Wegos 4 points earlier. That's still contributing. Well, Andal also displaying good digs and receptions. 8 receives and 3 digs. Malaking tulong na rin yan on the side of the Lady Altas. Pero in that last sequence, it was the Lady Falcons.
With a block point. Combination of Tagsip and Lalong Isip. And no one there to cover for the Lady Altas.
Service is, nabasa ni Omipon na malakas yung serve pero tinamaan siya that time. And that is in favor of the Lady Falcons, up here by 5. Sapin to Bedanya in the middle.
Bidanya actually really producing steady numbers for Perpetual as we see another quick attack coming from her in this third set. And good connection also between Sapin and Bidanya.
What do you think what the Lady Altas needs for them to, be consistent?
Well, first and foremost, I really think that these errors should be minimized. Those unforced errors are free points and giveaways to an Adamson squad that is already very aggressive in terms of their offense. And, of course, I think they need to cover more kasi nakakasabay naman sila in terms of the attacking, but napapatay yung rally because no one's there to cover once the Adamson Lady Falcons are able to block the Lady Altas' attacks.
That's right. At yun nga, nabanggit mo, it's just about, also limiting their errors. Because nakikita natin maganda yung mga nagiging digs and receptions dito ni Andal. Depensa nila sa net din. Nakakasabay. But it's a challenge for them to get points, lalo na kung ganun kaganda yung set ng Lady Falcons. This cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Time out muna tayo.
Nakitaan ng malaking improvement during training ng team captain ng Lady Altas ay ang kanilang libero na si Marian Andal. From a reserve last season, siya tuwang-tuwa na binigyan siya ng tiwala ni Coach Sandy this time around. Medyo natatakot daw ang teammates niya sa kanya dahil masyado siyang serious pagdating sa training. Pero yun naman ay dahil gusto niyang ipakita na deserve niya ang spot as the leading libero of the team. Before the match nga ay lagi niyang tinitingnan ang pictures ng kanyang dalawang dogs dahil isa ito sa mga dahilan to keep her going. Your thoughts on this, Sheila and Kayla?
Oh, that's an interesting story, Mikey. Thank you. But Andal so far efficient on her role. Second set numbers, 8 receives and 3 digs. Kaya naman kahit papano nakakagawa ang Lady Altas, but still kulang pa on their side.
And I think that's a great story as well. Shows how much passion Andal has. We saw earlier her efforts into chasing that ball. It really translates to her games, as you can see earlier in that story by Mikey. how much passion she has for the sport.
That's great. And that last attack of the Lady Altas spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. 2 points earned here on the side of Perpetual. It's Shaila Umipon gaining that. Sayang yung service.
Service error on Padua on the Lady Alta side. And these are the things that I was referring to when I meant that they had to reduce or minimize their errors, especially these service errors and their attack errors.
Defense at the net is good. Hinabol yan dito ni Lalong Isip, pero well, good effort for the Lady Falcons. Perpetual slowly trying to build their rhythm in this part of the game. They are only down here by 4. Alcantara. Cross-court hit. That's AA Adolfo from the open.
A great cross-court attack coming from AA Adolfo. Take a look at this replay. Really avoiding that block and ratting the defense of the Lady Altas.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
Great save.
Drop. Pero nakuha ulit yan ni Huegos. Chance for the Lady Altas. Running attack. Alcantara. Nabantayan yan ni Bedanya, but still double contact.
Double contact will be called. But Coach Sandy talking to the officials.
Well,
And
he was
clarifying.
appealing na hindi naman
That
daw
was
double
coming from a
contact.
block,
Yes.
But
the call remains, and the ball will stay with Adamson. Disconnection in that last setup. Look at this. Was there a double contact?
Well, I think what Coach Sandy was trying to clarify was that that first touch was coming off a block.
But it was the
Hard to
officials.
say.
Ang
Yeah.
sinasabi parang hindi naman daw block yung nangyari.
Medyo na-late kasi siya sa taas. So
Yes. But at Shaila Umipon, in the previous sequence at hitting the ball hard, kaya naman pupunta sa kanila ang bola. A message will be sent to Coach Sanderieta coming from our officials. Masyadong mainit. Ito nagiging laro natin. Alcantara. That time, another attempt by the Lady Altas. Solid block by Perpetual. Sapin. Ito hindi naka-convert ang Lady Altas. Chance again. This is Okada. Good defense by Andal. Umipon from the back.
no one there to follow up and get that second ball from Lalong Isip.
Hindi ganun kalakas yung palo ni Umipon, but still, hindi yun na-contain ang defense ng Adamson. Eight serving 13.
Good read coming from Ishi Lalong Isip and Verde Flor, as that service was just too long for Shai Umipon.
Well, Alcantara having really good numbers. Okado just breezing through the blocker's hands.
Actually, Okado, has been really efficient for the Lady Altas, knowing where to bring her spikes and utilizing the hands of the Adamson block when it's not established.
Alcantara set that up to Huegos.
That was a great and powerful cross-court hit coming from Aisha Huegos, hitting that above the hands of the blockers.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Hit in the middle did not work for the Lady Altas. And again, it's Huegos from the other side.
Back-to-back hits from Aisha Huegos, going through the block this time.
6-second technical timeout. Lamang pa rin dito ang Adamson.
You are still watching Shakey Super League here on Up Live, of course. Don't forget to show your love and support by voting your favorite school. Just look for that banner for the Shakey Super League and it will lead you to the voting page. And 1 vote credit will be given to you once you log in. But don't forget, and don't worry, 10 U diamonds can be converted to 1 vote credit. So there is no limit to that exchange and vote credits are valid until the finals of Shakey Super League. Kaya kung ako sa inyo ay vote nyo na yung favorite team nyo and let's go back to the panel.
Thank you, Angel. And again, Up Live is another platform where you can be updated. Of course, chat and vote your favorite school and get updates from your favorite players as we are now at the quarterfinals of our tournament. Second game na po tayo. It's Adamson and the Perpetual Lady Altas. Adamson winning the first 2 sets. And the Lady Altas still trying and regaining, trying to regroup as well.
Winnie Bedania now on the service line for the Lady Altas.
Alcantara. Binigay ulit dito kay Lalong Isip.
There was a violation or net touch called on the Lady Altas, so that point will be awarded to Adamson University.
That's correct.
I think Padua touched the net going down from that block.
Good first ball by Andal. Quick set. Was a push from the back. Sapin. Aldea again did not work. Andal. A drop from the opposite. Off the block. One hand dig by Andal. This is a good attempt.
Good intention coming from Okado, but she overcooked that one. Too strong for her.
No, but still we have to commend the consistency being shown here by Andal. Just really, she's taking charge when it comes to their floor defense. Again, Aldea was denied. Alcantara. Sapin to Okado. Cross court.
Again, Okado with a powerful cross-court attack, seeing that it was April Tagsip there to defend in the cross-court. She's actually not so tall for a spiker, but still able to get up there and score some points for her squad.
That's right. Huegos really enjoying her time on the floor as she gets another point. Serving 11. That will sail out.
Too long for Aisha Huegos. Too much power in that serve.
Padua also had having some contributions here, even in the previous sets. Excellent dig right there by Andal. And Omipon will find the line.
Another great attack coming from Shy Omipon, going cross-court this time and finding the line, going long ball actually. And a misread on Verdaflor's part. It's actually so hard to judge from that angle.
That's correct. What a superb dig right there from Andal. That seemed to be long already for Lalong Isip, pero kinuha pa yon that time ni Okado. And definite that will give a point to Adamson. Seven-point lead right here by the Lady Falcons. And you can see that, of course, Uegos, Lalong Isip enjoying their time on the floor. Good first ball. Sapin sets that up to Omipon, and Omipon delivers.
That was a powerful attack coming from Shy Omipon. Something we've been seeing all throughout the Shakey Super League. But knowing where to break that ball, and I mean, come on, she's only a rookie, but she does not play like one at all.
That's correct. The school play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. This is Nike earning a point. It's Coach Sandy Rieta tatawag ng timeout.
Akin, makatulog yun ay. Mag-adjust kasi, ganun pa rin ang ganun ginagawa nyo eh. Eh, kinalaylay pa ng kamay mo sa net. Pag tama nga niya, babagsak lang sa harap natin yan. Tinuturuan naman kayo dumukot sa blocking.
Go, go, go!
Laban pa! Laban pa!
Coach Sandy Rieta, again, consistently reminding his girls, of course, kailangan nilang gumalaw, kailangan nilang makabawi, and limit their errors to get those points.
And the game isn't over yet. I mean, Perpetual still has a chance of extending this match, but these are the things they have to limit once again. These attack errors that they are experiencing. Lack of communication between Sapin together with her spikers after that timeout called by Coach Sandy Rieta.
That's correct. As Sapin sets this one to Omipon, but committing an error.
Back-to-back attack errors for the Perpetual Lady Altas. Another timeout called by Coach Sandy Rieta.
Hindi kasi nakapokus sa game eh. Di ba? Gusto mo lang makita yung mukha mo doon? Oo. Nakatiga, titignan mo yung tsura mo. Ngayon, nangyayari siya, hindi ka nakapokus oh. Puro error. Dapat pinapalo niya yung regalo na yun eh. Anong ginawa mo? Hinulog mo sa atin.
Again, seemingly disappointed Coach Sandy Rieta calling the attention of his spikers as they seem that they are not focused and are very error prone as they play on that court.
That's correct. Napaka-importante ng laro na to, and of course, hindi dapat basta-basta bumitaw. We are already in the quarterfinals, and a win definitely will take you to the next round. But syempre, although they will still have a chance to redeem, at hindi pa nga huli ang lahat, they are slowly trying to
Inch back closer
Yes.
to Adamson.
hit from the back, pero nandun si Andal. Babawi naman dito ang Lady Altas, but did not convert. Good defense right here. miscommunication between Alcantara and that's lalong isip. Knowing that last sequence, sino ba dapat ang kukuha ng bola?
Well, it's actually pretty confusing as setters normally should take that second ball. But since that ball was low, pwede rin akuhin ng mga spikers.
But still, kailangan mo lang mag-mind.
Yes, and you have to really just communicate and volunteer to get that ball to avoid from it just dropping on the floor.
That's correct. Excellent D by Adamson. Pero that time, not a powerful attack from Adolfo, but she was successful.
AA Adolfo starting to variate her attacks more, but that will bring the Adamson Lady Falcons to match point.
Good first ball, Sapin. Alcantara. Pupunta dito kay AA Adolfo and she will cap off this set, finishing the game in straight. Adamson Lady Falcons exhibited dominance over the Perpetual Lady Altas. But you would have to commend the performance being shown right here. 25-16 is the count for third set. Highlights and MVP of the match. We will give you that after Shakey's Super League returns. Adamson Lady Falcons proving their status as a contender, winning straight sets 25-14, 25-16, and 25-16. Sa dami nga na nag-contribute dito. Sino ba ang ating MVP of the match? Pero bago mo sagutin yan, this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Kayla?
Our MVP of the match for today's game is Aisha Uegos. Very consistent in terms of her attacks, powerful attacks, contributed tremendously to get this win and advance to the next round, our semifinals. And she also had help from her other teammates such as Nike, Adolfo, and of course we have to give credit to Alcantara as she was able to set up her spikers.
That's right, and she is with Mikey right now.
I am now here with our MVP of the match, Aisha Uegos. So Aisha, ngayon nakita natin yung mga veterans, mga ates nyo nasa sidelines lang. And kayo naman ang nag-lead para sa panalong ito. Ano nga bang nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Siyempre po, sobrang saya kasi kami po yung pinagkatiwalaan ni Coach na ipapasok po sa first six para makakontribute po sa team. Kaya yun po.
Ayan, ngayon naman na-mention mo, si Coach Jerry, syempre meron kayong bagong system. Ano nga ba ang nag-work sa Adamson kaya magandang pinapakita nyo?
Lahat po ng binibigay ni Coach Jerry na sa amin, training, program, andun po. Nag-work po talaga sa amin.
Ayan, dahil dyan, meron ka bang mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko po yung family ko na nasa Iligan. Nilaw po sa inyo. Yun na.
Ayan, congratulations Aisha dahil dyan meron kang gifts from Shakey's. Magpa-pizza ka naman. Congratulations once again to you and the Adamson Lady Falcons. But for now, back to the panel.
Thank you, Mikey, and congratulations to our MVP of the match as Aisha Uegos and Adamson Lady Falcons winning their 6th straight match and marching to the semifinals. And looking at our highlights in this game, first set, it's a good start for Adamson. Errors piling up for the Lady Altas.
Yes, all throughout it was more of a dominant win for the Adamson University Lady Falcons. We had help from a lot of their spikers, We had May and Nike, Antoinette Adolfo, of course Aisha Uegos. Kate Santiago, our veterans, did not see that much action today as pinalaro or prioritize ni Coach Jerry yung kanilang mga second stringers, and they really proved how talented their bench really is. We would like to also give credit to Alcantara for being able to set up her spikers, give them even distribution of sets as well.
That's correct. Also, very promising ang role at performance nga dito ni Alcantara. Another playmaker for the Lady Falcons. Second to Louis Romero. And again, 25-14, 25-16, 25-16 ang naging tali ng ating laro for the second match. And you can see our numbers.
As we can see, Adamson really out-attacking and outscoring Perpetual through having 43 attacks and Perpetual only having 25. They also outscore them in the other departments such as blocks and aces. And Perpetual still coming out with more errors while having 20 errors.
That's correct. Exceptional performance and stellar output ang nakita natin mula dito sa Adamson Lady Falcons. And we will be seeing more of them in our next match.
Well, as of now, NU advancing to the semifinals after the win against FEU earlier in straight sets. Meanwhile, Adamson also will be advancing to our semifinals after their straight set win just earlier versus Perpetual. Our next game will be DLSU versus Ateneo, and whoever wins that match will also advance to our semifinals. And later this evening, we'll have our match USC versus UP, and again, whoever wins that match will advance together with NU to our semifinals next weekend.
That's correct. Two thrilling matches pa ang ibibigay namin sa inyo today on our quarterfinals of the Shakey Super League. Next match, ito nga ang the De La Salle University Lady Spikers and Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles ang magtatapat nga naman on behalf of my partner Kayla Reyes and of course our courtside reporter Mikey Abueg. This has been Sheila Salaysay and thank you for watching the Shakey Super League.